TSA worker like anger issues? Because why are they also mad at the world? I have not had a single peaceful TSA experience.
Take your laptops and electronics out the bag. If you got a hoodie on, take it off. Take it off.
TSA is making it clear that they do not accept Costco cards as a real ID replacement.
Hold on to your boarding passes, folks, because today we're uncovering the secrets that TSA agents don't want you to know. Spoiler alert, they might just change the way you look at your next flight. Let's take a trip to the early 2000s.
Good spender.
It's a time when airport security was about as consistent as my Uncle Bob's cooking. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's a disaster. After the tragic events of September 11, 2001, air travel changed forever. Enter the Transportation Security Administration, TSA. I know you did not know that's what it stands for, but moving on. TSA was created to ensure that no one could ever use a plane as a weapon again. Suddenly, airports transformed into highly controlled environments where everyone was treated like a potential spy. I can imagine being at an airport during this transformation. You're just trying to get to your vacation destination, and now you've got to take off your shoes, remove your belt, and empty your pockets. Is this a security check or a weird game of dress up, you might wonder? And that's how the TSA came to be. Part security force, part fashion police. And if you, trying to be one of them, you can go for training, which takes about a few months with your high school diploma from New Hampshire School District and a background check, and that's it. You now qualify to ask people to remove their shoes and put it on a tray. Okay, back to serious business. Coming in bold and strong, it's that unlocked cell phone. Now, I don't know why people never do this, but that phone has to be locked before you put it in that tray. Some airports now allow you to pass with your phone as it is smaller than the laptop, but if they don't allow it, always lock your phone. The random selection process. You know, when you're just minding your own business and suddenly you hear, "Sir, you've been randomly selected for additional screening." Here's the kicker.
It's on the move, client's on the move.
It's not as random as you think.
Longer than that? No. Our concern, though, is really if you decide that you guys want to be together. If he wants to marry you in 2 months' time, what are you going to do?
I can tell you about this, but it's not a business.
And he's only carrying 2 small pieces of hand luggage.
If you really want to avoid extra screening, just wear a Hawaiian shirt and flip-flops. They'll think you're on vacation and let you through. It turns out that there are patterns, and if you've got a suspicious-looking backpack or a habit of sweating nervously,
It is 91,000 damn degrees. I am sitting right next to my air conditioner, right next to it.
you might just find yourself in the random line more often than others. So, if you're fidgeting and avoiding eye contact, you might just catch their attention.
20 years. So jumping in to help where he's needed, he says that's in his blood. He actually joined TSA after 9/11.
They're watching you like a hawk. If you want to avoid being picked on by TSA, be organized and be on time.
Can you tell the time?
Yes.
Stop being a hot mess. You're holding the line. When you go to security, use a zippered pocket jacket and put your keys, phone, and all important stuff and close the zipper so that they don't see it and stole it from you. Because they will, just like this guy. Never place your passport on the tray. Your passport is the most important thing. You are allowed to pass with your passport. If anyone gives you a hard time, ask for their manager. Hopefully you have time. That's why you should never be in a rush when you're going to the airport, because you might deal with some tough, big-headed TSA agent who thinks you don't know your rights. You do know that you have a right to bring ice with you to security? I don't know why you will need ice, but you can pass it. If you are 12 years old or 75 years old, You can go through the screening with your shoes on. It's okay, we don't want you falling all over the place trying to take off your shoes. You'll hold the line, so pass on and move on. If you have Dexcom G6 monitor for someone with diabetes, just point out the monitor to the agent for screening so that they can acknowledge it. You don't have to take it off or allow them to touch you anyhow.
This is C.
It looks like a letter C.
Yeah,
That's a super easy one.
yeah.
TSA agents have a code for just about everything. They can communicate with each other using subtle signals and phrases that sound like a secret language to the average traveler. They use codes like Code Bravo, which means there's a threat. They use TSA 00X to indicate that the agent needs to open the luggage without damaging it. Now, because this has nothing to do with the traveler, but I thought you should know. There's so many codes used, we can't say them all. But the one you should be worried about is SSSS. This would be on your boarding pass for additional screening. If you see that on your ticket, just be ready for a long day. That's why I'm saying. So next time you hear an agent say, "We have a code 3 in lane 2," just know they're not talking about a spy mission. It could be someone who forgot to remove their laptop from their bag. It's like a code name for, "We need to assist this person before they freak out." TSA agents are always watching, and they're trained to spot suspicious behavior. If you think you're being slick, think again. But throw your edibles on a Ziploc bag. They don't know the difference. Just a tip. One agent shared that they can tell if someone is acting out of the ordinary. If you're fidgeting and looking around nervously, we're going to be watching you like a hawk. It's almost like a game of who's the most suspicious, and you don't want to be the star of that show. Honestly, if I had $1 for every shoe I've seen at security, I'd be on a private jet right now. So take those shoes off with pride, folks. They're just trying to keep you safe. And stop wearing shoes over your ankles. You're holding the line because you have to take them off. But why the big fuss about shoes, you ask? It turns out that shoes can often hide dangerous items. One agent shared a story about finding a knife hidden in someone's sneaker. You'd be surprised what people think they can get away with. It's a reminder that security checks are there for a reason, even if it feels like a hassle. Now, if you travel often, TSA agents might remember you, so they might pick on you a lot, so get used to that. One frequent flyer joked, "I'm pretty sure I have a fan club at my local airport." The TSA agents might even greet you with, "Back again for another adventure, huh?" It's all in good fun, but it's a reminder that they're paying attention. Agents often develop a friendly rapport with regular travelers. One agent recounted how they'd see the same business traveler every Monday morning. We'd have our little chats about their weekend every week. It became a routine. So if you're a frequent flyer, don't be surprised if you start seeing familiar faces at security. The airy time's often the secret keepers of the airport, ensuring your journey is secure and maybe just a bit more entertaining. Safe travels, and may your next airport experience be filled with laughter and a few less surprises.